Hello everybody, Happy Canuck Reviews back at you with another video. Today I have a total prepare civilian meal ready to eat. This is chicken Creole with brown rice. You got your nutrition facts right there. And then all of your ingredients are here as well. This does come with a flameless ration heater, and it's pretty thick. I've had quite a few of these total prepares before. I quite like them. My only complaint was there's not a lot of variety in the sides, but the mains are totally the star of the show, as they should be, I suppose. I've never walked away disappointed from one of the mains. They're extremely high quality, and they're very flavorful. I have very high hopes for this chicken Creole. All right, so let's rip into this and see what we have. So to start, we've got some applesauce with raspberry puree. And you can see this is packed by the Warnick Company, who packages a lot of things for the United States MREs. We've got crackers. The packaging is slightly different than from the US MREs. You got your cheese spread. It even has a little thank you for your service on it, just like the US stuff does. Recovery trail mix with pretzels. You got your flameless ration heater, which might I add, this has got to be one of the best flameless heaters I've ever used. It heats almost instantly, and it is so thorough. This is just the bag. The element's still in this bag, which is this right here. It comes packaged separately. Got your accessory packet, which I'll open up in a moment. You got the main. Not branded. I don't really know who packed it, but it does have a nice gusset on the bottom. And then, of course, your spoon, salt, pepper, and the napkin. And I almost forgot, actually. I was going to open this up. So in here, we have another orange-flavored no fruit juice. This is exactly like the one that comes from the US MREs. I'm willing to bet that they share a lot of similar suppliers. You got your Bigelow tea, which I will not be drinking. I'm not a tea fan. Coffee Mate. Sugar. A little peppermint. Got 2 Tootsie Rolls. And a little business card if you're ever interested in buying anything from them. They are a Canadian-based company. I believe they're based out of BC. I bought these from my local surplus store here in Nova Scotia. All right, I'll be back in a moment. All right, and I'm back. So I'm going to start by getting this flameless ration heater together and heat that main up. I'm going to heat the cheese up as well. Now this also has a nice gusset on the bottom to keep it standing. It eliminates the need for the rock or something. And it's a big thick one too. It's quite heavy duty. And if you don't know how to operate these, there is instructions on the back, but it's pretty standard. Put this in here, add a little bit of water, put it in, zip it up, and then the steam escapes through this hole right here. And there's a handy fill line across there as well, so you don't have to measure out the liquid. It's 3.5 ounces, but you could just eyeball it with this. All right, so it'll take about 3 to 5 minutes. I am just going to set it off to the side here, and you can get to see it work its magic. Starts off really slow, but after about a minute, maybe 2, it just... Okay, well that's going. We're going to get the rest of this together. I'm going to start off with this juice. I actually had this in the last video. It was quite good. I'm going to assume it's going to taste exactly the same. Let's see. It looks the same. It smells the same too. I'll say I do really like these spoons, because they also have a serrated edge on there if you need to cut anything. Pretty handy. All you need to do is add the prongs on it, then you got a knife, spoon, and fork all in one go. I'm not even going to try and guess what you would call that. Discuss below, I guess. All right. All right, I'm going to let that sit for a second. I'm going to stir it again once it's sat, just to let those little chunks dissolve up a bit. All right, let's take a look at this recovery trail mix. And of course, it's all pushed to the top. And it looks pretty good in there. Almonds, peanuts, the pretzel chunks, of course. Anything else I'm missing? Oh, there's cashews in there as well. Good to know. Don't want to eat that. We got our crackers. I'm curious to see if these are going to be any different. Crumbly. This ration did get kind of knocked around on its travel to my home, so I'm not surprised by that. And they look almost identical. They're still very lightly cooked. Wish it was a little darker. And then, of course, just like with the US ones, they stick to the packaging. Boy, is that ever kicking off now? Feel the steam. Wow, yeah. Love these FRHs, they're amazing. I've never had one fail on me. All right, get this apple puree, applesauce with raspberry puree, should I say. You could just slurp it out of here if you want, but just for the purpose of the video, I'm gonna put it in there. All right. Say that looks pretty good. Certainly is quite dark. I was kind of expecting it to be a bit more red, but it kind of just went dark brown. Let's give it a try. Very sweet, but it is ever high quality. It's a very nice sweet. Kind of tastes like there's a bit of cinnamon in there, actually. There is no cinnamon. Interesting. Placebo. I was expecting it, I guess. So I tasted it, but there's none there. Interesting. Raspberry certainly is the most prominent flavor. It's a very nice, fresh tasting raspberry, which I was not really expecting with how brown that was. Very good. Quite like this. And it's very convenient. Being in that like slurp and go pouch, you don't need to stop and eat it at all. You can just eat it on the go. Very easy. And I'm just going to open one Tootsie Roll up. I think everybody knows what a Tootsie Roll is. At least if you're in North America. I don't know if they sell them in Europe or not. But just a little chocolatey sugar log, I guess, if you aren't aware. Peanut free. These things have not changed ever. But yeah, they're fine. Yeah, they're fine. That's a Tootsie Roll. It's chocolate. It's sweet. A little hard on the teeth. I would recommend more letting it melt them for a bit in your mouth before you try biting into it like I did. But if you don't have any fillings, it's no problem. I don't, so whatever. All right, I'm going to do my second stir on here. Yeah, I can feel it on the bottom. And yeah, that tastes just like the one in the US MREs. It's not too horrifically sweet. Very heavy on the food dye. But it also has a little bit of bitter to it. It's a really nice orange taste. Kind of like Tang, I suppose. That's still going, so I'm just gonna try out some of this trail mix. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's very lightly salted. It's certainly not heavily salted whatsoever. I feel like most of the salts is actually just coming from these little pretzel chunks. There's little yeah, there's little chunks of salt on there. All right, well, I'm just gonna cut to when that's done. It's probably gonna keep steaming for a few more minutes, but no point in everybody sitting around for that. I'll be right back. Right quick, I did just want to see if you can see, but it is like truly boiling all that water in there. You could probably double bag this with like a Ziploc bag and boil water in here if you wanted to. I wouldn't drink the water in there, but if you were to throw like a high heat Ziploc or something like that filled with like purified water, very easily boil water for this to have with that tea that they do provide. All right. So we got that here, and we do have this. I'm gonna let it reconstitute just a teensy little bit. I meant to pull that early, but now it's just a sauce. It's not a spread anymore. You can kind of, yeah, let that cool down a bit, kind of re-solidify. Don't really know what to use this for. The crackers, I suppose, but I don't really think cheese goes on chicken Creole. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I've never had it before. It's not something popular in my area. If you're from the South, would you comment? Let me know. Does cheese normally go with chicken Creole? Thought that was a little strange. I would have expected to see that like swapped out with like a hot sauce or something. Or even just like a peanut butter for the crackers. But anyway, let's take a look at this. It's a fairly large portion of it. Wow, looks good. A little bit remains. All right. You can see it heated up quite good. There's quite a bit of steam coming off. It doesn't look like my camera's picking it up, but that heated up great. That, like I said, is my most favorite FRH I've ever had the pleasure of using. If you have any commercially available ones, would you comment them below? I'd love to pick some more up. Like I said, I love them, but I'm always open to just trying something new. All right, let's get a start. Looks like I just have a spoonful of rice to start, but it's rice and sauce. That is delicious. The very first thing I get the taste of is tomato, but then I immediately followed it up with a bell pepper, onion. Delicious. As with every single Total Prepare meal I've ever had, their entrees are just beyond delicious. So we got a chunk of chicken in here. Let's give that a try. That's pretty good. It's chicken's a teensy little bit dry, but it's also not like hard and rubbery. It definitely feels like a full piece of chicken. Not, yeah, it's just cooked chicken. There's no textured vegetable protein, soy protein, whatever you want to call it, cut in. As to be expected from Total Prepare, they don't cut corners at all. I feel like I should mention too that they're not sponsoring me. I made a comment about them in my previous video, and somebody messaged my Facebook page that I have for this YouTube channel. The Twitter/X link is in the about section, as was the email. And Facebook, if you ever want to contact me about anything, complaints, compliments, whatever you'd like. Somebody asked me to try one, and I have 3 left on hand, so I thought I would give this one a try. If you'd like to see another one in the future, just let me know, and I'll make another video. Not certain if people are very interested in civilian rations more than military rations, but, you know, quite informative if you're looking to stock up at home. These are a great value. I would not really recommend stocking up on military ones unless you have the money to do so. These are what I would suggest to stock up on. Meal Kit Supply is another company you could go through. They're great. I do like Meal Kit Supply, but Total Prepare, the quality, especially on these mains, is just bar none. I love them. Yeah, gonna go in for another bite here. Looks like I got a little bit of everything in this. Yeah, is that ever good? I am going to put the salt and pepper on. It's a little lacking in the salt, a little lacking in the pepper, but some people would disagree with me on that one. It's just my preference. And you know what? Just for the heck of it, I am going to try this. I am very sorry if this is considered a sin to Southerners. My apologies. They included it, so I'm going to try it. I'm very sorry. Could see some of the cheese oil kind of came out. I think it's just because I overheated it. That's on me. I don't mind my cheese sauce a little overheated. It is better than cold, in my opinion. At least in the case of processed cheese spread. Let's give that a try. We got cheese, salt, pepper on there. I'm not sure if that's a good combination in theory, but it tastes really good. I only did it on some of it just so I can go back and try it normally again. And we're going to put some on here just to see if the crunch adds anything to it at all. This is already a top of the line ration. I don't think it needs the crunch, but you can never go wrong with crunch. Not to me, at least. That's definitely the way to go. It's a nice topping for the crackers. No other real use except just eating them by themselves, so make do with what you got. You could probably make a little sandwich with them if you really wanted to, but that would be very messy. I would just eat them like this. And yeah, I don't usually review tea just because I don't like it, and I would not be able to give a unbiased review on it, because the only tea I really like is iced tea, which is more sugar than tea. But my wife has had this one before, and they said it's pretty alright. It's just a standard black tea. Well, thanks for tuning in for another video. I have a poll posted on my community tab. If you're interested, you can vote on what I might be having next week. A few interesting options on there, such as Russian aircrew ration that I had shown off a couple videos ago, or say a 24-hour Slovakian, or a 1990s ration cold weather. A couple of different options on there. Go take a look if you'd like. Have your say when I vote and what I try next. Try this mint, and then I'll get going. Just looks like a normal mint. Yeah, tastes like a candy cane. Nice peppermint. Alright, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in to another short video. I appreciate it. I'll catch you next week. Have a great week. Goodbye.